Welcome to the podcast. Today's topic is rocking chair moments.
Ooh, well, welcome to Shift Happens, the podcast about navigating the lighter side of life's challenges.
I'm Robin McIntire, certified life and transitions coach.
And I'm Monique Eckes, a question asker. I always add more ers.
Well, because I have a lot of questions.
I have a lot of questions. Okay, rocking chair moment. I have a visual of this, but I know you've got something deeper in mind. Tell me.
Always.
Yes. Tell me what a rocking chair moment is.
So a rocking chair moment is, if you can imagine sitting in your rocking chair at the end of your life. Okay, so everything goes pretty smooth and we make it to that time in our life where we're sitting there and it's our time.
Yeah.
And basically, did you live the life that you feel good about? How are you feeling in these last moments about how you lived? You know, how you showed up. Did you go for the dream? Were you the, parent, sibling, grandmother, whatever, to whoever you loved? Did you show up the way you wanted to?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, so when we're talking about a rocking chair moment, the way I use it, especially with clients, is this can be our why that motivates us.
Okay.
Right? It's the fire under our butt to get us to move on things that either we're afraid of or we're unsure of, or for whatever reason we don't get into gear.
Okay.
It's just a quicker way to help us keep showing up in the direction we want to go.
Robin, this kind of rocking chair moment, and we talked about our why a little bit in there, and your why is very specific to this topic today. Can you tell us what your why is?
Yeah. My why is to use my gifts, because the one feeling that I can do, but I really, really, really avoid, is regret. The feeling of regret for me personally, especially if we talk about feeling our feelings in our body, my throat locks up, sick to my stomach, just kind of get the thought of not being who we say we want to be and not showing up for that. I think I've had enough of that of different times in my life, and it just really drives me. I feel like I've been given certain gifts. I feel like I'm here to use them, and I just have a real hard time imagining at the end of my life saying, "What do you mean you chickened out?"
Oh.
Like, what do you mean you didn't want to do the things that could help you grow and be seen? Being seen is a lot of it, right? We have to be brave to get out here and do what we think is going to help people when we don't know for sure.
Well, and see, that's the thing too. It's about like giving this message to all of you also, right?
Yeah.
Like all these lessons are helping you and they can help someone else.
Right. That is it. That is it. It's like anything I can do that's use my hard knocks to help you and you not have those, or reframe them if you have. That has really helped me a lot. I went from not liking who I was and self-loathing to a place of a lot of peace, and I'm always wanting to level up, but I'm very content with where I am in my life and who I've become, and I want that I just want the peace for everybody.
Yeah.
The peace that I've gotten, I feel like I'm here to share mine to help you find yours if you need it.
Yeah.
Right? So struggle is a human thing, and I've had that, and I want to help other people be okay with their struggles and get on with it.
Right?
Yeah.
And kind of live full out.
Yeah.
And do the things they want to do. I always think, I don't think I've read this entire book, but there's a Todd Henry book, Die Empty.
Yes.
Everything that's in you want to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the song, Don't Die With Your Song Still Inside You.
Yeah. Oh.
I won't sing, it's okay. But it's that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's that.
Now, do you want to tell the story about your dad and kind of what brought this to the forefront?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay.
I would like to share that. I saw this firsthand when I was with my dad, and I was visiting him in New Mexico. He was going to be coming to Colorado in 3 weeks for Thanksgiving, which he didn't tell me before I made the trip because he thought I'd cancel if I heard he was going to come, because he said he wasn't going to make the drive anymore. Anyway, I decided to stay an extra day because he had a doctor's appointment the day after I left. So I said, I'll stay one more day. And we were sitting waiting for the oncologist, and my dad, he did look at me and said, Robs, I'm not doing chemo. So we're looking at cancer. He's got some cancer. And I remember saying, Dad, it's okay. I wouldn't ask you to do anything you didn't want to do. And he really was, we were in there to find out if they could just zap his lung with radiation. That was the question. Is it doable? And so his health, we had been through a lot already.
Gotcha.
And so the lung was the thing. And then the oncologist comes in the room and he says, Hank, this isn't about the radiation anymore because it's moved into your liver. And I'll just never forget my dad's face because he kind of had said, well, not kind of, he had said many times, I've had a good life, it's okay, because we had really had many scares along the way where he was trying to soothe us. It's okay if it's now, and if I go, it's okay, I've had a good life. And so, but his reaction was so different because it really took him aback that, whoa, wait a minute. And my first thought, Monique, was there's no do-overs. This news was unexpected. I mean, he already knew he had cancer, and he just thought, well, we're just going to go over here and do this thing over here. And it turned into something so much faster. And I just remember thinking I wasn't mad at my dad. I didn't nag him anymore about quitting smoking. I was like, he's going to live his life the way he wants to live his life. He knows I love him. He knows we would like for him to take better care of himself, but he didn't. And he was 80, so he died in 2010, so he was 80. And, we said our goodbyes, and I left, and he was going to come in 3 weeks for Thanksgiving. And instead, a week later, my sister and I were driving back to try to see him before he died.
Gosh.
So it was just a really quick, you just never know, for one.
Yeah.
But I do believe he had a lot of regrets.
Yeah.
Because he thought, he made himself believe he was okay and ready to go.
Yeah.
And yet, this was more cancer.
Wow.
That between you and me and everybody listening, my dad's lifestyle probably had a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
So I do have this urgency thing for myself and everybody I care about, and what I preach about is just don't wait. But the whole regret thing is, it's just big for me. It's big, and I want it to be big for you.
Right.
I really do.
Right? Yeah. And I think we were talking about this a little bit, and I said there's a little bit, I don't know, there's like an attitude out there a little bit with some people saying, I don't have any regrets. I just live my life, and I like the way I live it. I like how I made my choices, right? We talk about that.
Yeah, liking your
no regrets,
reasons.
no regrets. There's this movement of people saying, I don't have regrets, and I think it's people just denying. I really do.
I think that is a goal for me to not have regrets.
Yeah.
But even on a day where we said we're going to follow this plan, and we don't, even if you're doing what we're saying and giving yourself a little grace and still getting right back on the train and get back with it, we do have regrets when we let ourselves down. We don't. Right. I think you're right about that. It can be something that's just an easy way to go, who cares?
I know.
Yeah.
I know. So that's kind of what I was thinking too, because we want to give you some action steps on this. But if you're the person that's like, well, I don't have any regrets.
Yeah.
If you really were in that moment, that rocking chair moment, you might go, oh.
Yeah.
I did.
All those times I said, who cares? Here I am. I'm looking at the result right now.
Yeah. You actually cared.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't want it to be at the end afterwards.
No. No, of course not. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, we want to give you some practical steps for this.
Yes.
But we need our word for the sponsor. We've been doing heavy stuff. Our word for the sponsor is always a lighter moment.
And so surprising too.
Who's the sponsor?
It's me.
It's Robin.
It's Robin again.
This is perfect because you're probably looking at this going, oh, I need to talk to Robin more.
Yeah.
So this is perfect. Tell us the sponsor bit today.
Okay, so today I'm actually going to throw out an offer that I have.
Ooh.
And it is 20% off, and it's called my Spark Plus offer. So it's a very small offer, small investment on your part to get a taste of what it would be like to have 90 minutes and then a follow-up session with me as well. And really what we do during that session is, well, first of all, you choose what it's about. But if there is something that has been nagging at you, remember the tap, we talk about the tap, there's something that you're ready to say, you know what, I don't want to put this off anymore, that is what the Spark session is for. You get a taste of coaching. We also can get you some clarity around are you ready to change? And if you are, well, if you make the call, you're ready to change.
Yeah.
You're ready to do something. But we just narrow down what it is, where we need to do some work, where you can do some work for you so that you don't have these regrets.
Ooh, sounds like an awesome starter session to kind of get to know you and find out where you want to work on things. It could be regret. All right, well, thanks for that sponsor bit, Rob.
Thanks for the floor.
Okay, so I love your one-liners and your calls to action. Now, part of the reason I brought up that idea of, some people say, oh, I don't have any regrets, is that they're just not looking at it. They're not looking for them. And then they end up with regrets in the end, which just makes our heart hurt, right? So I think it sometimes can be used as an excuse to just kind of do what you want, which is fine, like you talk about, like your reasons.
Yep, like your reasons. You get to choose.
Right? But if you're listening to this now and you're like, oof, okay, let's pretend there are regrets. There are. What else can we do? Give us some gold to take away, one of your nuggets, and an action item.
Okay, so what makes it the easiest to think about is pay attention to your life.
Okay.
And that's what, if I could shout from the mountaintops, from this place that I talk about of, again, just so passionate about don't wait until chaos hits. That's usually when people break a habit that's really taking them down, but it's just easy for us as humans, we're normalizing this, to deny it, right?
Yeah.
But get ahead of it. Just get ahead of it. So pay attention. So it's basically tuning in. So we talked about the tap, right?
Yeah.
So you get the tap on the shoulder because somewhere in here, I call it our higher self, wants more for us, right? So if we're getting that tap, we have an idea of what needs to change, or what's the trajectory of where we're going with this unwanted habit.
Yeah.
Okay, or something that we're not addressing that we know we need to take care of. Okay, could be anything. Could be dentist. Could be, dental work. It could be a relationship. It could be a job that's just really toxic for you. I don't know. It can be anything, right? Yeah. But pay attention and tune in. And your body will tell you. We'll get lots more into that too, right?
Yeah.
But your body will tell you. And make a list. Be really brave and just get a piece of napkin even. You can be at the restaurant waiting for someone and grab a napkin and a pen. What is not going great right now?
Yeah.
If I were brave, what could I look at in my life right now that I've really been doing this to? Where I don't want to look at it.
Oh, someday I'll do that. I'll look at that
some
someday.
days. Yes, the some days.
Gosh.
Watch for the shoulds. I mean, that's a whole nother topic, right?
Yeah,
so you might be saying this is what I should do or need to do. And at the bottom of it, it might be a should or a need, but really in your best self mode.
Yeah.
If you're in your best self mode, what needs to change?
Okay.
So just be brave and jot down some bullet points.
Yeah.
Okay, that's step one. Now, if you don't want to do anything with it, I'm not going to force that, but that's the first step.
Yeah.
You've got to be brave and you have to look at it. So be brave, pay attention. That's my biggest message, okay? But again, make the list. When you make your list, and this will make it easier if you find yourself trying to resist making the list, and you know there is one. Just agree that you're not going to judge yourself.
Yeah.
Again, Monique, okay, she's my friend. We're going to make a list together. It's not my stuff, it's her stuff. How would I look at it if it was Monique and not me?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so
I like
same,
that.
we've talked about that before, so you can just, no judgment.
Okay.
Easier said than done, right?
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be huge things.
No.
It can be like, I've been putting off a dentist appointment or my annual physical.
Yes.
Right? One small thing, all I have to do is get on the app and make the appointment.
Yes.
It could be small things like that.
Yes.
It could be your unwanted habits.
Yes.
I was thinking that this weekend, actually. I was like, oh, I really want to do all these things around the house. Why have I scrolled online for 2 hours? Oops. And then I don't want to get the end of that 2 hours and regret that, that would have been perfect to garden.
Yeah.
The thing I want to have a nicer garden, and I didn't even bother.
Those are the things. You're right.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be big. And I always start big.
I know.
Start
That's
with a
fine.
bang.
That's okay.
Right. But But it's so true. I love how you can chunk it down because it can be the smallest things.
Yeah.
And that list sometimes lives over in the space of someday.
Oh my gosh,
Right?
yes. Oh, so much.
Yeah. So another thing we can do, one last thing I want to tell you, is if it's living in that place over there, a really gutsy question can be, what's it costing me to leave it over there?
And if it was here right now, what would happen?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Because that's what I was thinking too. Like, what am I waiting for? I think part of my mind was like, oh, I'm waiting for Steve to say he's ready to whatever.
We do that. We do that. We wait for motivation. We wait for the right person. We wait for the right thing, the time. Yes.
Yeah. If I had that in the wagon and I just pulled it over.
I love it.
Like that thing that I'm going to do later, and it's sitting right here and I could do it right now.
I love it.
Yeah.
And even if that right now thing is just, okay, make a choice of one thing you're going to start.
Yeah.
If you can't do it in this moment, be real enough to get it on your calendar, right?
I think, honestly, too, for me, it was just, like you say, paying attention. I realized that was happening.
Yeah.
You know? So maybe those hours were gone, but now I know, okay, the next time I sit down to do that, was there something else I wanted to be doing?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because that wagon's right here in this room, not down the block.
I love it.
I don't
Pull it
know.
in closer. It's like we talked in I'm not sure what podcast it was, but it was like, how do you bring the goal from way out there to right in close so that you actually can move on it? And it's not staying in someday.
Well, and what's amazing to me, I know we're getting off topic just a little bit, but
It won't be the first time.
How exciting that is.
Yeah.
When you go, oh, that's it?
Right.
That's all I have to do to get closer to this and further from regret. Like, sometimes it's surprising when you write this stuff out, what you can actually do now.
True. Okay, so that brings me to also, how many times if you put something off, and then you do it, and it takes 10 minutes, and then you really kick yourself in the butt going, I can't believe I waited that long.
So many times.
Right, and it's all our thought process.
Yes.
The resistance comes from what we think about it.
Well,
how hard it's going to be.
And I think success breeds success. So the more that you do these smaller, or some, maybe they're not so small, like weeding my garden, the more you could do that, the more you can do this and bigger and bigger and bigger. Yeah.
It's so true.
Right.
Success breeds success. That's going to be another topic.
Okay.
Because it's huge.
Okay.
It is. It's about building confidence, right? That you can do it. It's also about learning to honor your self-promises.
Yeah.
And all the things that make us go the other way. Self-doubt. No, don't trust ourselves.
Right.
We want you to trust yourself.
Yeah.
This is all about self-awareness, trusting yourself, getting what you want, and having no regrets.
Yeah.
Even though we know we still have some.
That's true. We're not going to eliminate them, but we're going to.
Just like fear, we can't make it go away, but we can manage it.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this has been an amazing conversation.
I love it.
We have a lot more to talk about along this. I hope that you're subscribed to this podcast, and reach out to Robin if you're ready to take a look even at your list. She's got the Spark sessions. She's got a freebie on her website. I'm not going to go on and on because I think she's awesome. You just have to check it out and go check it out.
I knew I hired her for a reason.
But really, thanks for watching and listening. And remember, shift happens.
Shift happens.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do?
Yeah. Robin's here to help.
Well, and we can handle this.
Yes.
Shift happens.
That's right. That's right.
Don't get your panties in a bunch.
This and more pearls can be found on your website where?
RobinMcIntire.com. And it's all I's. RobinMcIntire.
Okay, and it's all in the show notes as well.
Yep, show notes. And if you see this on YouTube, would you please subscribe to my channel?
Oh, make a little comment. We want to talk to you.
Comments. We want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And this is just so fun.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Awesome. All right.
Cheers.
Good job.
Hey, you too.
Woohoo. Wait, this one too.
And ciao.
And ciao. Okay.